Hello, I'm Craig Carroll, President of Team One Plastics, and I'm honored to have Troy Nix, Executive Director of the MAPP organization. We're sort of looking at a lot of plastic industry topics today, and one of them that I think is a big concern for Team One is what's really the challenges and threats that you see from an overall industry perspective in the coming 6 months to 2 years?
Craig, great question. We have had the opportunity in the last 6 weeks to ask that question of our membership. And the results have been very interesting. And if you look at the format of how we collected information, we asked executives that were running their own companies to provide us the top 2 or top 3 issues that they were facing in 2012 and beyond. Yeah. And interestingly enough, we received over 400 to 450 individual responses. If you think about this, and then everybody used their own syntax.
Right.
So we had to categorize things. If somebody said, lack of talent, or, I can't find people, well, those kind of went in the workforce development bucket.
Right.
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 So after we did that, and we looked at the different buckets and the sizes of those buckets, the number one issue is workforce development. And it's literally coming down to the fact that our industry is trying to grow and companies are trying to grow, and with that they need people.
Right.
And they need talent. In some instances they need bodies so they can train.
Right.
And then in some instances they need that technical know-how. And it's a huge void in the industry right now, and I don't know if you're seeing it in Albion, Michigan or not, but it's really big in many parts of the country in terms of lack of workforce.
Yeah, I think it's really a critical part in terms of an industry like ours, especially as we've gotten more technical in terms of the kind of processes we're using, the equipment, the information technology, the automation is all meaning that we need more technically skilled people. And that unemployment rate's, I think, very low, because we're having the same experience here in South Central Michigan. So when you talk about that, I think we want to talk about that a little more in depth, because that's a key concern. What's the other 2 other topics that you sort of saw as critical concerns?
Yeah, we covered this a little bit in one of the segments, and that was the fact that it seems as if companies are making a little bit less money because of this growth cycle, right?
Right.
And because of that, what is beginning to happen is one of the buckets, our largest second bucket, was the seek for operational excellence. Seeking operational excellence. And if you think about this, that companies are looking to reduce waste, they're looking for more lean applications, they're looking to push more through their operations than they ever have. Because if you think about it, if you don't have capital to invest in new machinery, then how do you get all the new work orders through the same funnel? Right? And I think what's coming out in this is the fact that we have got to get better in order to push more through this funnel. And so the second major area was, how do we become better at what we do?
Yeah, that's an interesting challenge, and we at Team One see the same thing, because a lot of the capital markets are more constrained than they were in 3 to 4 years ago, and obviously with the banking crisis and everything else has created not a scarcity of capital, but a higher standard in terms of reaching. So you really do need to make sure that you're operating every piece of capital, and not only capital but talent, to the best leverage possible.
Well, I think coming straight out of the horse's mouth here, you guys have done an incredible job in reality in this area, taking advantage of what you have and making it and maximizing all the assets to push more and more through.
Right.
I mean, if there's not a better lean environment than here at Team One, I don't know where else, right? Think about it.
Well, it hits with your first comment though too about talent development, because as you grow, you really do need people. And we are so much in an operation since 08, 09, 2010, it was lean as, you couldn't have any excess. And now, as you mentioned, you're worried about getting into bad habits, and that's a tough situation.
Most definitely.
So those are the challenges and threats, and hopefully we'll be able to address those as we move forward.